I was young when I married him. I did not even know what domestic violence was. So when stuff was happening to me, I had no idea. I just thought it was normal. He was a mean person, and I felt I had to suffer in silence. It started with the yelling and the demeaning, calling me you stupid, fill in the blank, you worthless, like I don't even know why I waste my time on you. It started with that, and then it escalated further to where he would push me into the corner, yelling at me. He took my keys away so I couldn't drive anywhere to get away. He took my phone. So that was in the beginning, and then as the years progressed, it got worse. As we had children, it got worse. He would start pressure pointing me because he was in the military. It causes excruciating pain. And when I was pushed into the corner, he would shove his forehead up against mine and just yell at me. And, you know, after that, I'm just like a bucket full of tears and mush, and I don't know where I'm at, so I'm trying to pick myself up. And the kids would come and hug me, and I prayed that they never saw that. And it got to the point where he would throw his entire body weight on top of mine and cover my mouth and nose so I couldn't breathe until I submitted to his will or just stopped fighting. And that you don't hear that about abuse. Like, you don't think that that's abuse. You don't. And that was really hard for me coming out of the situation, realizing that those actions are actually abusive actions. And that was just the start of it. It escalated to where the last incident was he grabbed me by my hair and carried me, pulling me up the stairs by my hair, and then threw me on the floor. And again, covered my mouth and nose, but this time he went straight for my throat and started choking me. And that's when I said, I can't anymore, because my kids saw it, my kids. And I couldn't tell my story if I didn't say that my 9-year-old at the time pulled me aside and said, "Mommy, you're not the only one." And I didn't realize that she was getting hurt too. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. And I couldn't anymore. And so I went to my parents' house, and I was trying to figure out how to tell my parents, because I had left him before, and I didn't know how to tell them that it is continuing. But my daughter did, and she told my mom. And my mom said, "Are you ready yet? Are you ready?" And I was, because as much as I was told that the children needed to have a father, they did not need to have a father like that. So I left. It's been 10 years. My kids are still in counseling. My eldest, she has nothing to do with her dad, unfortunately. And she is healing in her own way, and she's a very strong young lady. And my younger ones still have visitation with their dad, but he watches what he does. And I try to facilitate as much as I can a positive relationship with him for them. And it's very hard with someone who tries to seek control over you, and I will not let him have control over me anymore. So That's my story. My abuse was not what society tells you, which is a black eye, a bruise, a broken rib, a broken bone. It was the silence, the whole body over you, covering your mouth and nose, isolating you from your friends and family, taking away your freedom to just step away from the situation. That is not known within what domestic abuse is, and it covers so many things. And if you are aware of what it is, then you can stand up and say no more.